I'm Chris Berman. Well, let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Lions come away with a decisive 10-point win. Randy Moss had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. Barber had over 50 yards receiving and helped his Rams beat the Texans. Deep in Cajun country in New Orleans, we had the Saints get sent away with a 7-point loss. Over at the Cleveland Browns Stadium, we had the Browns edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. Greg Spires will be moving on from his current address, and he gets a pretty good deal to do it. 5 years, $4.3 million, plus a $1.2 million signing bonus.
Chargers, Titans. Drew Bennett is a threat from anywhere on the field. The ball at the 42. Little stutter step, and he's going for the post. Quarterback sees him. The 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown. The Titans win this one by the final score of 10-6. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Buccaneers pick up their 3rd win of the season. The Steelers' defense came away with 4 turnovers in their win at Raleigh, Maryland. The Bengals won on the road and will now head home to meet the Cowboys. Peerless Price stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. Luckily, we had a relatively injury-free week, which makes my job just that much easier. Rocky Bernard is arguably the biggest name on this list. He's suffering from a pulled calf muscle, and that'll keep him out for 8 weeks. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
Jets, Bills. Joe Little Bighorn is so dangerous with his speed. The ball at the 27-yard line. And there's a little stutter step, and he's wide open. Touchdown! The Jets win this one by the final score of 31-13. Ryan went to the end zone 4 times and helped his Ravens beat the Giants. In the city by the bay, San Francisco, we had the 49ers stroll away with a 14-point win. And last but not least, we had the Chiefs come away victorious. So that'll just about do it. But before we go, I'm going to toss out a few game balls to my prime-time players. Each and every one of these men had a week to remember. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.